I don't know. Sometimes my life feels a little bit unreal. That a lot of this stuff has even happened. But I mean, especially with my son, we went into it thinking, oh, this is going to be, one of the easier pregnancies. I'm a lot healthier now. Obviously, I used to weigh like over 360 pounds, and I obviously don't anymore. I lost a lot of weight. But yeah, physically, I was healthier. We went through IVF. I wasn't with the father of my first two kids anymore. So, we went through IVF because we were having struggles conceiving on our own and already had 2 miscarriages. So, for our son, we decided to go IVF. We had some really good results with our embryos. We still actually have some healthy ones frozen. But, so yeah, the pregnancy seemed like it was going great. 12 weeks in, we get the early scan. It's like, oh, everything looks great. It's like we can do an optional, early anatomy scan, and that's where things were not great. And I felt so much guilt because for some reason I thought it was my fault, that I didn't do enough, that I could have done something different, that I could have done this or that and changed the outcome with his heart and prevented him from going through any suffering. But in my mind now, I know that's completely false. There's nothing more that I could have done. He is who he is. His heart developed and his body tried to figure out how to fix the oopsie. And it did so in an interesting way that obviously we still don't know the potential outcome, and we're hopeful. I still get emotional about it because thinking about it, we don't know the future. We don't know what's possible. Everyone's told us, oh, there's so many people who are healthy and who are even athletes who have had his condition and, been surgically repaired, but we don't know what's possible. But all I know now is that it's not my fault. It's not his fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's just how he grew. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. It's like, because sometimes you're like thinking, I wish I could get like a little break from this life and just put things on pause for a moment. And it wasn't until like this past year that we were like, it's okay to accept help and care from someone who is not us. And I think that's been the biggest thing for us, is that being accepting of someone else caring for our son. This has been so hard. We have never felt like fully comfortable with other people caring for him with all of his needs. And of course he's gtube fed, but he also eats things orally and drinks. But it's not enough to replace the gtube yet. We're working on it. As much as he loves like his savory foods, I think just a lot more work and encouragement, he'll get there. But yeah, exciting news is that this week we're actually starting him in a school. So he will get a fun place to go to 5 days a week, and Mom will go back to in-person on work. And it's super exciting because we are putting our faith in someone else to help care for our son. So, finally finding someone that I can actually take him and care for him. It feels like, I still have some nervousness about him actually going into the daycare and how it's going to be, but I feel like there's a weight kind of lifted because we have the potential and the possibility of this freedom for us. And now we know that we can get a sitter and go out on a date night. We haven't had a date night in like forever without our son. So there's possibilities, and the possibility for him to grow more socially. Like, he's been in a preschool class that's only like a couple hours a week. Well, a couple hours, 2 days a week. So he's only had that so far. So this is exciting. He gets a whole class of people. So yeah, these are like problems we didn't think about before he was born, because I think the feeding issue has held back a lot for us. And that has been harder to deal with other people taking care of him as versus just the heart. If it was just the heart and he didn't have a feeding issue, I feel like it would have been so much easier. Like, we could have sent him to preschool. He could have been involved with preschool so much earlier on. But extra challenges for our boy. But it's okay. He gets to start one this week. And we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to go well. I hope it's going to go well. I have hope. I feel some joy in his potential. Here's to hoping.